Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today it is time to finish our second round on our block of the month called Checkmate. Last month we did make these flying geese, and I did have some great tips on how to press them so that we keep those points, well, very pointy. So today we are going to do this center block, the four corners, and put it all together. It really is a striking block from there. We have our center block done and our flying geese. The flying geese are going to go around the block, so we need to make some center pieces and the four corners. Then we're going to be able to sew those around that center block. This piece is going to look like we have two more flying geese, but it is not. It is a block that is going to consist of four triangles. So that means there'll be no seams on either side, so there'll be less bulk. And for the corner, we're going to do big half square triangles. We're going to need 4 6.5-inch squares of black and 4 6.5-inch of white. And we're going to turn these all to start with to half square triangles. Match up those right edges, draw a line from center to center, and stitch a scant 1/4 inch on each side. Take 2 of those stitched blocks aside, cut down that center, and trim them down to 5.5 inches. And those will make those 4 cornerstones. Put those aside, and we're going to work on those center blocks. We're going to treat these just like half square triangles. Cut them in the center, press to the dark side, but do not trim them down. The next thing we're going to do is take those half square triangles and match them, and you're going to feel that those seams are going to match up. And we do want to match up those sides the best that we can. We're going to draw a line from corner to corner, and the same thing as a half square triangle, we're going to stitch on either side using that scant 1/4 inch. And we're going to do that to both of these pieces. We are now going to be able to cut that in half, and when we open it up, we have that hourglass shape. And we need to trim this down to 5.5 inches. As you're at the iron, you can take these seams and just separate them a little bit. So you're going to loosen the threads coming to that seam. When you do that and you go to press your block, all of your seams are going to go in one direction. And it's going to look like a little 4 patch here, but that is going to have no bulk. And it helps keep those points nice and pointy. Now, if you have a 5.5-inch square ruler to trim this up, definitely use that. But if not, we can do some markings on a regular ruler. I use this marking tape that's designed for rulers, and I mark my 5.5-inch square off. So the tape is coming to the outside. This inside line is my 5.5 inches. I do have my 45-degree angle on my ruler. And now I need to find my center point. Our center point is going to come over 2 3/8 of an inch. I'm just going to get a piece of tape and put it close to that 2 3/4. And then I'm going to draw a little X right on top of this tape. That little X on the ruler is just going to help me stay centered. So I'm going to take that X and put it on the center. Match up my 45-degree angle. I'm going to make sure that my 3 points match. Trim off that extra, and there's not a lot of extra. Rotate that block, and now I can use that second line. So my center point should match up, and my 3 corners should match up. Once you finish cutting all of your blocks, you can just take this tape off. Now, if you don't have this tape, you could use just a regular tape that you would use in the office, but just remember to remove it afterwards and put it on the top of the ruler, not the back of the ruler. The back of the ruler is where we have all of our markings, and the tape can remove those markings. We now are going to be able to finish putting our 4 strips together for the sides. We're going to take those 2 flying geese, and they're going to go in between that hourglass block. So you can see where we have no seam here, no bulk, so it's going to go together nicely. And yet it looks like we've continued the flying geese. So we need to make 4 units that look like this. When I pressed this block, I did press it coming out. That way I do see my stitching and I'm going to be able to match it up. So we're going to start and put 2 borders on, 1 on each side. And when I do that, I am going to stitch from this side so I can make sure I get those little intersections. We now can put on our next border, but we will need to put on those cornerstones first. We have the 2 black triangles facing into that corner, so we're going to want to put that white in. You could put the black if you prefer seeing this long rectangle, but I want to keep that crispness of the flying geese. So I will be putting the half square triangles onto each end so that the white triangle is facing the black triangle. And we're going to want them both facing in. To press these, we're going to take that seam and press it towards that large half square triangle, and the previous border we're going to press towards this red border. These seams will now nestle up and you're going to be able to match those points. Our piece border is now done. It really is a striking piece. Next month, we're going to add another pieced border. I'll put some links in the description so you can follow along, and as always, thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under So Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sotacular day. I'll see you later. Bye now.